Alright man, 10 RTS titles and strategy titles that I'm looking forward to releasing on Steam in the next 3 to 4 months. Starting off with good old Tempest Rising on screen right now. Look at the Command & Conquer-esque style little cutscenes we got. They're not quite live action, which is like truly how old school RTS titles would handle this, particularly Command & Conquer, and those were awesome. Hilarious a lot of the time. But yeah, this game's looking pretty tight as well. As for how this game actually plays, well, you can head to the store page itself and download the demo right now. We've actually played the demo on the channel as well for Tempest Rising. How it actually plays is like a, I don't know, what would you just, it's like a Command & Conquer StarCraft hybrid with a like slightly slower gameplay style, you know, style over substance kind of thing. But all in all, it was a really, really fun time. This game does not actually have a penned release date just yet. Just is to be announced, coming soon kind of thing. But with how far along the demo was feeling, I can't imagine it's too far away, man. Tempest Rising, keep your eyeballs on it. Alright man, time for a little bit of sci-fi action. This game right here is called Falling Frontier. What's this all about? Ship design, okay? Fine-tuning your ship, fine-tuning your crew as well, as far as I can see. Ship management, that kind of thing. Strategy on a slightly smaller scale rather than commanding entire armies. You're kind of just piloting, as far as I can tell, one single ship. You can be a pirate. You can do various missions. You can begin mining operations. The solar system is going to be kind of your playground in this game, and it's more of just a curiosity. I'm looking forward to see the scope of things you can actually do in this game, and to see how exactly, how satisfying it feels on the ship management front. The visuals for the game honestly look gorgeous. I mean, look at that planet in the background with that steady rotation, bro. It looks tight. The lighting looks sweet. It looks kind of dark and grim at the same time as well. Yeah, this is one that I've got my eye on. When is this game releasing? 2023. There's no exact release date, but up until right now, at least on the Steam store, yeah, it says 2023. I don't know. Is this going to be like a late December release? Is it going to be a slightly pre-Christmas time release? Not so sure, but I think you'll agree the visuals for this game are looking, man, polished. Dude, this looks so good. So we're going to get a little bit of footage here of like the ship design as well. You get goddamn weapon nodes that you can fill up. It just looks kind of tight. I don't know what to tell you, man. It looks clean enough to me. Oh my god, look at all those weapon types, bro. Oi, 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 oi. This is the dude. This looks really, really sweet. Tight. And I tell you what, man, this right here is what really sells it for me, man. The ability to like select and kind of customize your crew as well. Get some attachment to some of these characters. I'd be really intrigued to see what kind of traits your characters can build and things like that. And I think that'll be pretty tight as well. So, Falling Frontier. If you're a sci-fi guy, this might be a game for you, man. Next up we have Front RTS. Look at the art style in this game, bro. Just black and red palette throughout. This looks tight. This looks sweet. I've really got not much else to say about this game. Again, this one doesn't actually have a release date. It looks kind of far along to me. I don't know. It's looking pretty tight. It's looking pretty clean so far. I love just the grungy, dark, grim sort of absolute hellscape of an aesthetic going on here. It almost looks like there is actually some hellscape action going on. I saw some tentacle action there on the battlefield too. It's just looking grim and dark, and I think it's just going to be tight. Again, haven't really got much else to say about this one because the release date is not yet available, but Front RTS. One to watch, man. Alright, next up, boys, we have something a little bit different. Some turn-based strategy action. I don't know if this really counts as a strategy game. Maybe it's like RPG strategy hybrid, but this looks tight, man. This looks good to me. This looks cozy is what this looks like. Don't let the... I'm not the biggest fan of like the graphical style and the animations and stuff like that, but the gameplay loop on this game looks so chill, bro. This is the kind of game where I'm taking a day off. This is the sort of game that I want to be playing, man. This game is called... Oh god, what's it called? Twilight Wars. That's the one, dude. Gearing out your characters, making your way through kind of procedurally generated dungeons. You set up your little formations like this. You can gear out your guys, take items in your inventory. And I'm guessing it's almost like Darkest Dungeon sort of style, except with the sort of like steampunk survival elements going on. Health bars, energy bars, resource management, making your way through dungeons, taking out mobs, man, kitting out your guys, you know? This to me, I don't know, dude. It looks tight, it looks cozy. Not going to be the kind of game for everybody, but you know what? I've got my eye on this one, man. This one's looking pretty clean. And there it is, man. Twilight Wars. And its release date is actually penned for the 26th of February, 2024. So, few months for this one, but yeah. I can see myself playing this on launch, man. It looks cozy to me. Alright, man, next up we have Dark Moon. This one is another to be announced release date. I'm hopeful, again, by the footage presented in this trailer, that it's not too far off. Maybe it's not going to release in the next few months, but I've definitely got my eye on this one, dude. Check out the base building style in this game. The name of the game is to keep your civilization and your survivors out of the sun's light. And the caveat with this game is, there's your base, right? As far as I can tell, you got little drones doing mining operations and stuff, trying to keep your guys alive, gather resources, but check out the base, dude. It's walking, man. You've got a mobile base in this game, apparently, that can sort of fold out. I mean, check this out, dude. It folds out. There's your... Dude, your little goddamn level 1 cinema there that the guy is managing in the trailer, dude. So you build your little base on these goddamn pads, right? And this is how you expand your base, and this is how you... Dude... This just looks tight. It looks unique. I like how clean the UI is looking. We got goddamn event pop-ups, stuff like that. Little missions, tasks to do with your survivors, that kind of thing. It just looks sweet to me. I think they've done a really, really good job coming up with a novel kind of pretext for a strategy survival game with this one. Oh god, I could do without all that screen blare though. I'm hoping that that's disableable in the full game, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how they execute this. This is once again Dark Moon, release date as yet to be announced. But to me, it looks really, really sweet. Alright, next up we have Orc Warchief Strategy City Builder. Look at this, dude. Dude, I gotta be honest, the main pull towards this game for me is, dude, I just really like fantasy settings. And I really like playing as the bad guys in the fantasy settings. Running a city or a village of just savage orcs, dude. And performing raids and doing all that kind of thing. I wonder if there's going to be like military buildings. There's got to... Oh yeah, I can see the military button at the bottom of the screen there. There's going to be military buildings in this game. And yeah, and you're just running your orc village, man. I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be sweet. This one is penned for release in Q1 of 2024. So hopefully not too long to wait for Orc Warchief. Yeah, another city builder. Got my eye on it. Looks cool to me. Alright, next up we have The Last Train Home. The demo of which is not only available, but we also played a little bit of the demo of this game on this very channel. Just a few days ago, man. I had a really, really good time with it. It was awesome, it was sweet, it was tasty, and this game releases in just 4 days from the time of when I'm shooting this video. 28th of November, man. So, if you're watching this video a few days late, the game's probably already out. This is a game all about, once again, resource management, resource gathering, managing your crew, trying to keep your people healthy during this journey out of, well, through, I believe, various war-torn countries, right? With your survivors, most of whom happen to be soldiers. You collect new survivors along the way, you go out on missions. There's a lot of live action footage, as you can see, in this video as well. And yeah, as you can see, man, check out the little RTS sections, man. You're taking out crews of, I believe it's like up to 10 units at a time. Is that 10 or 12 there? I don't know, man. It's a whole bunch of guys you can take out at a time. There's small missions, there's big missions, there's managing your guys, there's keeping your guys healthy, protecting them from being wounded. You're deciding how far to push yourself in every mission when you go out. How far can you go? How many resources do you want to try and pick off the map before you make your way back to the train and continue along on the journey? You know, cool stuff. Looks really, really nice. I'm looking forward to playing this one pretty much on release as well. The Last Train Homeboys. Alright, man, next up we have Post-Apo Builder. This one is releasing, I think, in Q1 of next year, though the demo is already available on Steam. I'm probably going to be checking it out before release to see how the demo feels, but yeah, I just like the look of this one. It's just a standard, cozy little city builder. I don't know what else to say about this one, really, man. It just looks new, it looks fresh. I like it quite a bit. Check out the Mad Max sections as well, dude. What's all that about? Sometimes it's hard to, like, identify just how good of a fit a city builder is going to be for you until you actually jump in, try it out, see what you like, see what you don't like. So there's a few city builders on this list. Maybe some of them will tickle your fancy. Yeah, these are the ones that have caught my eye as upcoming releases, man. Looks pretty cool to me. Alright, boys, it's time for Space Gears. Space Gears, man. This one is releasing in 2024, and it looks tight. I saved this one towards the end for a reason. I'm hoping that you'll stick around for the end to check this one out. It looks like a kind of StarCraft, but blended with like a MOBA style of play. Right, where with the push of a button, you can very, very quickly, instantly switch the formation of your mechs. You can change what abilities are being used, what abilities are being pumped. Changing your formation can get more value out of certain techs and abilities that you're using. It's very, very, very combat focused and less focused on things like base, micro. You still do build a base, I believe, but the focus, check this out, man, is really on the combat itself. So I just gotta let this show off, dude. Formation switching is done at the push of a button with your goddamn army. And depending on what formation you can get more value out of certain abilities and active skills. Oh my god, dude. Like, the micro and the ninja hands that you're going to require to play this game optimally. I don't possess those hands, but I'm looking forward to seeing people who really master this game. Just absolutely dumpster people. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those games I think that's just really, really fun and kind of chaotic to watch, man. So, that's it, man. Space Gears 2024. This looks really, really cool to me, man. Developers trying something new. Good times. And finally, we have War Hospital. Strategy game, survival, triage, that kind of thing, right? War Hospital, clues in the name. You're running a bloody war hospital. Does anything else need to be said? It seems like a really, really interesting one regarding resource management and just making painful decisions, that kind of thing. It's not really an RTS. I don't think it's really a base builder either. It's mostly just a resource manager. But to me, this one looks sweet. I've been looking forward to the release of this for a long, long time. And here is the footage itself. All the resource action along the bottom, your guys carrying wounded around. Okay, you can tech into camp upgrades, this kind of thing. It looks pretty unique to me. Looks pretty special to me. It reminds me of a game that I used to play called This War of Mine. If you haven't played This War of Mine on Steam, just do it. I think it's priced at like 3, 4, 5 quid or something like that. Survival strategy kind of game with This War of Mine. This reminds me of that. Very, very kind of grim wartime aesthetic. It looks good to me, man. This is War Hospital, and it's penned for release in Q1 of 2024. So, early next year, man. It has been backdated a little bit. I think it was actually supposed to be out by now, but they pushed it back for a good few months, I guess, to polish some things up, which, honestly, I'm totally fine with. I'd rather they do that than release, like, a half-cooked game, you know? Yeah, it's looking pretty tight. And this will wrap up my list of the top 10 strategy and RTS games and base builders and all that stuff that I'm looking forwards to. Hopefully, games from the not too far distant future. Were there any on the list that caught your eye and you will be wishlisting on Steam? If there is, then make sure to, click the link down below in the video description, and you can find a big old list of links to the store page for each game covered in this video down there. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all did enjoy, and I'll catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.